There's 2 people. 3 people.
So, what percentage of a school teacher's day do you guys think is spent in academically related activities?
30%.
40. 50.
50. All right. It is actually 59%. Now, according to the U.S. Department of Education's website, which was last updated February 15, 2013, they had put out a briefing for October 1994 by Robert Rossi, and he works for the American Association Institutes for Research, and it was an article called "How Much Time Do Public and Private School Teachers Spend in Their Work?" And this is actually a chart from that briefing, and as you can see, their day starts at about 8 a.m. and it goes all the way to 5 p.m. And that's like 7 days a week, so that's a pretty long time, a lot of preparing and everything for the class, not just actual class time. So, my name is Tana, and I'm aspiring to be an elementary school teacher. I am working on my bachelor's in elementary education, and I teach coach U6 soccer. And today I'm actually going to tell you about an elementary school teacher. I'm going to discuss what an elementary school teacher is by definition. I'm going to tell you the responsibilities and demands of elementary school teachers, and I'm also going to tell you something that I can implement into the classroom that God values. So, teachers defined. According to the Bureau of Labor and Statistics website, which was last updated January 2013, it publishes career information that you can look up, and they had published in March 29, 2012, that elementary school teachers are people who teach anywhere from kindergarten up to 4th grade, and you can go all the way up to 8th. It just really depends on what state you live. And then they teach 1 class per year, and it's usually about 20 students, and then they teach a variety of subjects. And then they also have to adhere to the district's curriculum, and then they take in and implement their own lesson plans that they get to create themselves to make sure that they're meeting the needs of their students. Now, what is expected of a teacher? Well, according to the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, which is the source that I had just told you about, all teachers have to do is reading and math, but how many of you guys have elementary school kids? All 3 of you, okay. So we all know that our kids don't only learn about reading and math. Now they have social studies, science, art, music, and some schools are even bilingual, so teachers got a lot on their plate, which is why they work beyond school hours, because they have to do the work in the class, and then after class, after they've looked over the children's homework, they need to evaluate each child and make sure that they're catering their lesson plans to meet each child's needs. And that's how teachers run into problems with finding balance for their time, for preparing classwork, and also finding time to get a bond between the students and fulfill their emotional needs. Now, I had said that I was going to talk about something God values putting in the classroom, which compassion. And in the April 13, 2012 edition of The Guardian, which is a newspaper online, it published an article called "Nothing is More Important Than Teaching Compassion," which was written by Vinicane Raycroft, who is an educator specialist in sustainable development. She actually has a website and program that helps create emotional bonds in the classroom and developing children's emotional needs. She says that if teachers teach compassion in the classroom, that we're going to have a more humane world. And you might wonder, well, what does that really mean? Make a more humane world? Well, if I, as a teacher, treat each student with compassion and I empathize they're struggling and I help them overcome it, no matter what their status, I'm going to be teaching them equality. And they're going to go out when they grow up and hopefully hold on to that value and spread it. And that's really great because, as I said, it's something that God values, and it also meets students' emotional development needs because they have so many academics that they have to come up with. It's really great that teachers get the opportunity to help them grow emotionally too. I think that's equally as important. covered the definition of an elementary school teacher. I talked about the responsibilities such as filling emotional needs and academic needs. And then I also talked about compassion, which is something that God values. And I just wanted to leave you with this quote from Ephesians chapter 4, verse 32. It's right up here. Be kind to one another, compassionate, forgive one another as God has forgiven you in Christ. Thank you.
Good. You didn't go over time.
I didn't. Did I go under?